Record and welcome. Today is June the 23rd. Yes, I had to double check just in case. We have an amazing coach today. She is our guest. She's going to share how she's using her containers, how this system changed the way she was looking at food, and what the progress has been and what she's currently doing, how she makes it fit for the family so she doesn't have to cook 3, 4, 5 meals different people. I mean, she has teenagers, husband, and herself. She's an instructor. She is amazing. She teaches almost 12 classes a week, and she still has the energy to keep going with her life. So without further introduction, Julie Conte, welcome.
Thank you, Peggy.
So happy to have you here, Julie. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
So
you.
I am going to go ahead and ask you a few questions. First of all, tell me, Julie, how you were feeling before getting into the program. Where was Julie, and what can you tell me about your nutrition and your energy and your health in general? Because we had this conversation. Tell me a little bit more, very brief, but tell me how you were feeling.
Sure. So back before I started the whole Shakeology program, I felt very bloated. I had also IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, if some of you know what that is. It sent, I would eat, and then a half an hour later, I would just be running to the bathroom. Very sharp pains in my stomach, massive acne, hair falling out. Like I was just a mess with everything. So back in January, before the core of it started, and I think this is how everything started then, I was with Susanna, she's my coach here. So we were, she's like, why don't you try the program? And I'm like, this is my last resort, on what to do. I did every program. I went to a holistic nutritionist. I paid thousands of dollars, to start my system up again, and just didn't work. So back in January 1st, I got my Shakeology. Like a week later, I started the shakes, and I'm like, this is not working. So reading up on things, normally your body takes about 3 months to actually have the system going. We always fail on stuff where like, okay, it's a month, it's not working. So I'm like, I have to give it time. And I'm like, 3 months. It's like, I'm going to give it 3 months. Something has to happen. So as I was drinking it, I was taking it every morning for breakfast, and then I got the containers. I had the containers. I knew about Beachbody 5 years ago, just never had the right connection. And I was, playing around, I was asking Susanna about the containers and all that, and then she says, it's up to you how you want to do it. So I did my chart, and for me to lose weight, I needed to go under the 1,500 calorie. I was 184, 185 pounds back in January. I'm now down to 170, 169, 170. So it's awesome. It can be done. I love the containers. Prior to me using the containers, I really thought I was eating healthy. I'm like, I'm having a big salad. I'm having my chicken, my protein, my vegetables. But reading and researching and seeing how things are done, it wasn't right. Even though you were eating it, it was too much I was eating of it. Was I drinking enough water to flush down everything in the system? I'm a big coffee drinker. Prior to this, I know I'm going into different stuff, but I just wanted to give you an overview of what happened. I would wake up in the morning, get ready, get the kids ready, stop at Starbucks and get to the Y. Would never eat anything in the morning. That was my food in the morning. Skinny vanilla latte, triple shot of espresso, and boom, Julie did her class and gone. That was not the right way. So getting back, about back in March, so I see changes. My stomach's not as bloated. I'm not running to the bathroom. This quarantine time really made me focus on myself, thinking, because your mind, right? Your mind is whatever here affects here, right? So eliminating stuff. I used to go to the doctors. They're like, oh, you have to eliminate carbs. You need to eliminate that. It wasn't that. It was just the portion, how to eat it, and at what time, and how to have your macros. Early. Like you can't have your fruit. And I've learned that through Peggy and Susanna. I was learning like, okay, you can't have your fruit past a certain time of the day because that's in the liver. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's going on at like around 3 o'clock. Your liver starts like generating different enzymes and so forth. So yeah, so now with the containers, I have them on my counter. I make lunch. I make food for my family. I used to prep on Sunday, but I'm like I don't want to eat the same thing all the time. So I would just have my containers, and I'm like, oh, I'll play around with them. I'm like, okay. So this morning I had my shake, so a purple and a red. So those are out. So I'm like, okay, what else can I play with today? And that's what I did. And some of you see that I post the containers with what I'm eating just to visualize, because there are new coaches that are here as well. And I'm a visual. I need to know what I'm playing with, and it works. And in terms of, and then the water, like I drank all of my water today. This is a great bottle. I don't know who on the team had posted this, but I drank this today.
Yeah,
so
Nadia's got to show us the link.
Yeah, it's amazing because, it's like, oh my gosh, like I have to still get through it, So I finished it, which was great. I don't like water at all, but I've been getting creative. So I've been putting watermelon slices with mint leaves, cucumber, and putting all that together. But yes, I mean, during the quarantine time that we've been here, people have been coming to me, oh my gosh, I gained 30 pounds, I gained 20 pounds. I used to teach 25 classes a week. So how did I lose 14 to 15 pounds being home when I dropped to only 6 or 7 classes when quarantine started? And now like I'm picking up on stuff. So it can be done. It's just all in the mind. And the top thing is the community. Sometimes, we get tired. I mean, I teach 3 or 4 classes a day now. So for me to do another half an hour, it's hard. But you know what? It can't be excuses anymore because it has to be for me. And when I don't do beach body, I feel it. Even though I'm teaching my classes, I'm like, no, this is not right. Like I need it for myself.
I
mean,
love that.
You guys can understand, but I think that half hour, that beach body, and again, I'm a visual, and I like things structured. So like, okay, like it's great. Like with the BOD on the, the body on the beach body on demand, you got your 6 weeks lift for, you have your 21 day. I even bought the 21-day reset, which I'm still reading because I'm not ready yet. There's a lot to be thought through. And some of you have done it, right?
Yes.
So it's a lot because I don't want to jump into something and then I'm not going to be able to run it the right way. Mm-hmm. But I love the containers. Those have saved me throughout this whole thing. People are like, oh, but you're eating rice and you're eating, yeah, as long as it fits in that container, like we went out, my husband thinks I'm crazy. I brought 2 containers of carbs with me. I had wine. It was my 19th anniversary. I brought those things with me. My husband's like, you're crazy. But that was the only 2 containers I can have. So I was like, I had wine. Oh, and not to top it all off too, at the restaurant, the next morning I had dinner with them. I was sick the next morning. I cannot eat out anymore because I cook with coconut oil or olive oil or cold pressed stuff. My body is saying, what is this? You cannot have it. I even omitted red meat. Do you know red meat causes inflammation?
Yes.
And it takes 10 years for the body to eliminate it. 10 years. So can you imagine that? If you start now, it's going to take 10 years for that to eliminate out of your body. I don't know how much detox we do, but I don't think that takes away everything. I mean, Peggy's a nutritionist as well, holistic. So, there's a lot of factors with that. And I just found out too, the bread. I can't have bread. Even if it's Ezekiel, I found out. I love the Desiree. I love the Ezekiel. I can't have it. I've noticed. I'm like, why is this not working? I was like, I love it. It's just not working for my body. So I've eliminated now red meat. the carbs. I can have quinoa, because that's a healthy carb, you know, and the chickpeas and so forth. So yeah, so that's, I mean.
Julie, thank you. That's a lot. Okay, first of all, congratulations. Because how many people do we know that they're battling IBS? That's not a joke. That's not a healthy lifestyle. I mean,
Yeah.
imagine you can go anywhere because you're looking at the bathroom. I think I saw a commercial on TV that the guys were sitting at the restaurant. They were sitting next to the bathroom because they never knew when they had to run to the bathroom. Oh no, this was a story that Eda told us too. She also suffered from IBS. And now feeling free, do you feel free, Julie? Is there freedom now with your nutrition?
Yeah, I feel lighter, and I'm not scared to
Yeah.
actually go out, like if I would, I mean, I know going out, I mean, to dinner, but not even that, but when I'm teaching my classes,
Mhm.
I don't need to like run, run out, or, like, oh my gosh, I have to end early, because it's always in my mind. I'm like, oh my gosh, like my stomach hurts. Like, when is this class over? I'm like, oh my gosh, the cool down's coming, 5 more minutes, and
Uh,
then I would just run out. And I mean, and not only that, I mean, with the IBS too, like I also had with my lungs. I mean,
Tell us
they're
a
clear.
story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's another thing. I had I don't know if I didn't get tested yet, but I think I did have the virus. I have to go for the antibodies. But um, I even was like, I had bronchitis, and I had a little cases of scars on my lungs. I had acute laryngitis where my vocal cords were collapsing. Nobody can recover in a week with antibiotics. The doctor's like, I don't know how you recovered so quickly. Mind you, this happened at the end of February. I was on Shakeology in January, and I've always had pneumonia. I had pneumonia 3 times in my life. I'm 44. I had pneumonia 3 times, very bad, where I was hospitalized twice. And it was just really weird, like how everything happened. And I went for X-rays. I did the test, and he's like, "So why are you here?" I'm like, I had bronchitis. I'm like, I have scars in my lungs from years of my husband, excuse me, my father smoking. And he's like, well, you could have fooled me, because he says, look at this. He says it's clear, and he says your lung capacity is a 20-year-old, and I'm 44. So what does that
Wow.
tell you? You know what I mean? It is it a coincidence? I don't. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe the body is changing. It is, because from Shakeology, you're also, as you're drinking, you're detoxing at the same time. So whatever you have, that's why sometimes, like when we do the 3-day refresh, I did the 3-day refresh. I'm like, I only lost 3 pounds. How come my friend lost 10? It depends on how much you are cleaning. You know what I mean? So if that's too much, ladies,
That's the story.
I'm full of information today.
I love it. Your transformation story. See what I always say. The transformation story doesn't need to be only in pounds or inches. It's in a healthy lifestyle and being free from medicine. Do you used to drink medicine for your IBS or anything else?
Yes, I was popping pills, and I'm not a pill popper.
Yeah,
I would always pop, yeah, I would always pop pills. My husband at the time, even when we got married, he's like, I gotta get you a digestive enzyme and all that. But you know what? I found the product, and it's the digestive health that we have from Beachbody. It's
yeah.
amazing, and I know Desiree takes it as well. Um, I love it. I don't not one day not have it in my a scoop of that in my shake. And to top it all off, I never had nails. So,
No,
well, I was always going to the nail salon, like $90, right, every 3, 4 weeks with the gels. And now the collagen, I mean, my hair was like in a bob. I mean, it got long, and now like I have nails, and
yes.
they're hard like a rock. So, so many benefits of the products that we have. I just wish they were larger and container wise, but that will be down the road.
That will be down the road. I am so happy to hear all that, Julie. And I'm so happy for you because you said yes. And you used this as your last resource. You had tried everything before Beachbody and you finally went all in. So happy to hear your transformation, your stories, your health now. Tell me, Julie, what do you see in the future? Julie now as a coach with this amazing story telling us right now, what do you see happening in your life now? How do you feel about the future and your health?
Well, I feel that since I changed, since with the nutrition now, trying to gear the family into it as well, and you know, the energy level, I think it's going to increase as time progresses. And I mean, I want to be here for my kids. I mean, the years are going. But like I said, it's just eating healthy, and not all the time. I mean, you have to have some type of normality. I mean, like a cheat day and all that. But what is a cheat day? Do you go all out and splurge, or do you just like, okay, I'll just treat myself to like one thing, and then you go on to and then the next day you're like, okay, I had it, now it's back to normal. But it's just the health. I wanna enjoy my kids later. Like my husband too, he has high blood pressure. He kind of gave us a little scare last night, but he didn't take his meds. And I'm really, really working on getting him off of it. It's going to take time. It can be done. I've heard stories where diabetics are off their insulins due to Shakeology and everything else. Weight loss has a major factor. So, yes, I mean, as women, we have, the the fat. They say the fat should not be around because it's around your organs. You need to remove that, but everything takes time. But you're right, Peggy. It's not the beauty of the shape of the body or that. It starts inside, and then it's going to project out. Like everyone, like all, even my students, they were like, "Oh my gosh, like you have so much energy." They're like, "And you did a plank, and you're not out of breath." I'm like, "No." They're like, "How?" I'm like, "Come." I said, "I'll tell you more." "Oh, I'm not ready. This is just, I'm like, "Okay, when you're ready." I said, "I'm not gonna force you, you know." So that's it. But it's great. I really enjoy it, and the accountability. You know, sometimes, right? I mean, we have our good days, we have our bad days, but every time I go onto my on my on our team stuff, it really, I'm like, wow, it's like maybe I should eat that today, or just giving you different incentives, or spiritual and motivational stuff. I'm like, wow, it's like yeah, this is me, or this is you, and it's nice, because I don't think anyone else has that type of accountability. I mean, we're all in different states, but and no one knows everybody personally, but I really think we do in some little form or fashion, right?
I love that. Me too. Me too. That's the word. The word. I love it. Julie, that's an amazing story. Thank you so much for sharing your information. I know you told me you were a little nervous. You did amazing. All this information.
It wasn't thought. It was just
It works. I keep
you know
telling you.
it just what comes from here. And like I said, and if we can all, and then like vice versa, if anyone needs any help with anything. But IBS is, it is, it's a silent thing. We think like, oh my gosh, our metabolism's so quick, but it's not. It really isn't. I mean, I feel it different, and I think I was a doctor these past few months, even taking, the Shakeology and everything, and taking the proper care and drinking water. I mean, that's my biggest downfall. I know we're on the stuff here, but it's a lot. But you know what? Being home and drinking it, I don't have to, like, I'm not in the car. Oh, Daddy's here laughing at me. In the car, like, I gotta get home. So there's no excuses for drinking the water, right? And I tell all my students, I was like, it's your weight divided by 2, and that's how much. They're like, oh my gosh, that's a lot. I'm like, well, depending on how much you weigh, right? it could be a lot. But like I said, but those containers, I don't know if Adriana, you just came on, but I know this is one of the containers, and it's great. It's really great. It's on Amazon for like I think $20 or something like that. But one thing I do have to, I mean, even though I'm a discount coach right now, I'm so blessed that my students have got me through this with donations. I'm able to buy my Shakeology products. You know that, and no more nails. There's no more nails. No, I know Susanna's laughing at me, but yeah, I mean, you know, with the I don't charge anybody for my classes. They just keep coming in, and they're like, oh my gosh, you know, I lost 5 pounds. You know, because you know, there's times like, you know, they're showing me their pictures of their food, and they're like, I'm scared to put it. And I'm like, no, I want you to put it. If it's McDonald's, I want to know. You know, don't put me a salad, then go back to McDonald's. I'm like, because it's not going to work. Right? So it's just crazy. But no, like I said, I haven't really spoke about my health like in this much of a depth in a long time, and thank you for making it comfortable for me. And Susanna, I mean, for 5 years, when you're ready, I'm not pushing you. And then she says it's time. She says, come on. So I thank her for that. Yeah.
Towards everybody. I just tell them you have to do it.
Yeah.
But she's so
No. Like I said, it's
nicer. Just kidding. Julie, thank you so much for all that. I love your story. Like I said, I want to open it up to the ladies, see if they have any questions for you before letting you go. I know you have
yeah.
7.
Yeah, no, I have time. I'm all set. I just put my hair in a ponytail.
Which now looks beautiful. Ladies, go ahead, ask questions about the containers. Maybe you are wondering how she does the containers, how she calculates. Go ahead and ask her. Maybe the idea. Yeah, there's a lot of good questions. Que linda Ju es un chocolate. She said, Odette says, how cute is Ju? She's like a chocolate. Okay, so sweet.
No, you guys know. Like I said, I mean, I don't know how else you guys do your containers. That works for me. Some of you, you know, I've done the prep, you know, where you saw preps before. But I think this second round that I'm doing, I like to just have them out empty, and then I have everything cooked in the fridge. And you know, eggs are so easy to make, and you have your fruits and your vegetables. I personally like to have my fruits done before 1 o'clock. And then after that, you know, I just have my carbs, my carbs for lunch, and then my veggies and protein as it is on the 21-day fix or on the To Be Mindset, right?
Yeah.
To Be Mindset. I mean, that one, I mean, really, I don't like to, I mean, and I guess you guys can also agree, there should be no carbs after, lunch should be all your carbs. You know, and I don't know if some of you are on 2 containers of carbs, because I am on 2 containers. I'm at the lowest right now, so I'm from 1,200 to 1,499, so under 1,500 calories. Some I know are probably over, because you want to kind of just build up since you're doing different programs. I'm really excited for the new programs that are coming up next month.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting, you know. And like I said, I'm trying to stay away, you know, not stay away, but it's hard with the sugar. I won't lie. For coffee, I still can't drink it black. It's hard. But I think with this new salted caramel, if I put a cup of brewed coffee cold, if I just put it in the fridge, I think that will really help me.
Yes, I am thinking the same thing. I am a Starbucks. I love the caramel frappe grande with cream. I mean, I love it. And I realized that we can make it that in our own house for less than $5. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm so
No, it's definitely good. But like I said, yeah, I'm just hoping to you know, we all have a sweet tooth, so it's hard. I mean, Odette made cookies, so I'm gonna try to see if I can sneak that in for for the kids.
the
It's
difference.
hard, and that's another thing with the kids, right? It's so hard being home and having Oreo cookies around and ice cream. I'm like, you know. But I have to cut that out here too. I know Daddy's eating like, okay, I got it.
If you make your own, it's so much easier, and you can have them. That's the greatest thing. So
Yeah.
it's so much healthier, less chemicals, almost no chemicals, no preservatives, no artificial colors, no artificial anything, which it gives you more energy because your body doesn't have to fight against those external toxics. You can just digest it like a regular food. So yay!
Okay. No. But ladies, I mean, before I still have time, but has anyone here? I mean, I know Desiree had it's more in depth, but has any of you girls suffered anything from like irritable bowel to like colitis, um, in that sort? Any of you?
I did,
No.
yeah,
I know you did. Yeah, I know you did.
and that's
And
hard.
it's not easy. And even when I was in Cancun, when I came back, I had a parasite which wouldn't go away, and I had to kill it naturally, where I could not feed it because parasites grow on sweets and carbs and all that. So as it was growing, that's when I went to the doctor. Thousands of dollars and no coverage on insurance at all. I'm still actually trying to get my money back because I still have a balance in one of the doctor's accounts and everything. But I will not do that again. She's like, you have to keep on popping pills. I'm like, I'm not a popping pill person. I used to pop 15 pills a day for this program. No more. You know, like Shakeology, and let's say you take your vitamin E. Let's just say, right? Do you know half of that gets urinated out and then wherever. But I think with the Shakeology, it goes throughout your whole system. I never, not once, seen anything like different in coloration, right? In decoloration, right? The coloration of the urine. I have not seen that since I've been taking that. So it's being distributed properly to the different organs that it actually needs. And it says wherever you need it, it's gonna distribute. So it's amazing. It's amazing how the technology, the scientific stuff. I'm still learning with the Shakeology stuff, but through all of you. So it's great.
There's a lot of good resources, and I keep learning. I've been here, and I basically not drinking any more medicine thanks to the new lifestyle in Shakeology, obviously. But I'm still learning because there's science, real science behind Shakeology and all the ingredients. Because you may know some of the ingredients like maca. Did you know if you drink too much maca, that can be poison to the liver because it's too much? So when I see people in the streets just mixing up their own things and, oh, I drink maca, I drink such and such, and I'm like, do you know that if you drink too much of that is bad for your body? Same thing with the protein. I was learning that we are in the United States. It's not like we're starving. We're eating good. We have good nutrition, basically, most
Right.
of us, and we are not lacking protein. So it's not like you see in the streets they say, "Oh, drink more protein," or this shake that has more protein. You don't need. Your body doesn't need that much protein. No. And many people, they just go for whey, and we have whey isolate, which is a better version of that, but we have the vegan. The vegan is so much better because many of us were lactose intolerant and we don't know it, or maybe we haven't realized it until later. And that gives a break to your digestive system, not to fight against that intolerance and just absorb the protein that comes from the vegetable. So many things that you can still learn. Everything is in the blog in Beachbody in your online office. I would just ask you to one day sit down, go to your online office and check on Shakeology. You have so much content. because in my case, after 3 months of drinking Shakeology, I realized I didn't need any more medicine. I was not having any issues with my gut, but I didn't know that it was the shake. I didn't know. I didn't even know what I was drinking, and I'm telling you about 7 years ago. So.
Wow. No, I mean, that's another thing. I am lactose intolerant. So I, in my shakes I have in the morning, I have my almond milk. And yeah, so that's unsweetened, of course, and vanilla. But yeah, I can't have any cheeses. If the kids make pizza, I just go to Trader Joe's and I get a cauliflower crust. If you girls have Trader Joe's, I'm sure you have it in Florida and Jersey and all that. But yeah, the cauliflower rice, and I put the almond cheese, the shredded, with some marinara sauce, and it's good. They have theirs, I have mine, and I'm good. So try it out. It's good. It's really good. You can dress it up with different, vegetables and all that. But yeah, so it's good. But listen, no, I'm good. But I just want to let you know too. The classes are open to all of you. I teach, I think six classes a week now. I will be cutting down on one because I want to make more family time. On Saturdays. Saturdays I teach in the morning, but I have to cut that out. And yeah, just make more time for everybody else, right?
Yes, it's all about balance.
Like I said, yeah, it's all about balance. Like I said, you're always welcome. I'll send you the link, the ID and password. You guys are always welcome to come in. It's fun. It's a different class. It's fun.
No, I love it. It's toning, so you use the weight.
Yeah, the weights and all that. So it's fun. It's fun.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, but ladies, you don't know? Everybody, no? Everybody bueno? Everybody good?
Everybody bueno. También,
You
right?
you guys are all good, right? You guys are all pros. I know.
I'm so happy to hear your story, Julie. Thank you so much for sharing it with us and being.
No, thank you, Peggy. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Like I said, I was, I thought it was gonna be, but it's just everything just came out good.
Conversation. So don't worry about that. Julie, thank you so much for your time. I know you have to go, but I'll see you in the morning with the workouts and in the chat.
I will try.
And I'm
I will try.
This a recording so you guys can later use it to share with family. Maybe somebody who needs to hear this, family or friends. They just need to hear a story, and like I said, transformation story from somebody else. So thank you so much.
No, thank you guys. I appreciate it. I love you guys.
Thank you, Julie. It was interesting.
Picture? Oh my gosh.
Picture.
Good
job, Julie.
It's
thank you. Come on. At least I got makeup on.
I know, right?
Sin foto no hay paraíso.
Pero mira Claudia, la más sexy en cama.
Yeah, look how sexy.
2 and 3. Bellas, thank you so much, every single one for this.
Thank you, Julie, because I was taking a class this week and it talks about